Good kill, good kill. Hey, good kill.
Hey guys, if you remember back in the day, we did a little video when ED had updated the AI's BVR intelligence, basically, and the way that they would fight BVR battles. We did an update showcasing that update and how well they had made that, and at that time I showed you a little bit about the dogfighting stuff that they were working on. Well, that stuff has basically been pushed through. It's right around the corner, and ED has allowed us to take a little bit of a sneak peek at it here today. So we're gonna load up into some dogfights, and I'm gonna show you some of these cool new changes that ED has made to the AI's dogfighting capabilities. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we're here in a MiG-29, and off in front I have an F-18 Hornet. I'm going to just establish a little bit of an offset here. He's going to want to do a one-circle fight against me, of course. And that means that he's going to want to deny my turning room here, assuming that he understands that that's what he needs to do. I know he's difficult for you guys to see with the YouTube compression, but I am looking at him. He's right over there. And he's actually turning into me right now, which tells me that he is attempting to deny turning room, which is a concept that you see very few players trying to do. So that's already a good start. We're into a two-circle turn I tried to do. I tried to turn across his tail, and he has reversed that into a one-circle. He sacrificed a few angles to force his one-circle fight, but it's not the end of the world here. Depends on how he wants to do this fight, really. And just keep in mind, I don't want to push it too far. I just kind of want to experiment right now as to what the AI is capable of. You see this Hornet now trying to reverse into a one-circle once again. Almost shot him there. As he crossed the nose, you see him once again reversing into the one-circle. So this is the AI actively trying to force one-circle fights, especially like realizing that he's in a Hornet and a Hornet favors one-circle fighting. That is already a step in the right direction. Look at him continually reversing into the one-circle fight and actually becoming offensive. Yeah. Wow. Good hit. Look at that. He took off my tail. All right, let's do. That was actually pretty interesting. Yeah, he definitely just did that. That was pretty cool. Okay, let's. That was pretty cool. Let's do a two-circle fight. I want to see. You know, so he understands one circle. Okay, that's cool. Let's do two-circle. Let's see how he understands that. So we'll give the AI a Viper and see if he understands that he needs to do a two-circle fight. And so again, just keep in mind that I'm not trying to like do a legitimate dogfight against him. We're going to do that in the next round. I'm actually going to try my best to try to kill him. But right now, we just want to experiment a little bit and just do different things and see how the AI responds to those changes and try to read and understand what the AI understands about dogfighting, which is a really difficult thing to do, to be fair. You know, to have to program dogfighting, such a fluid thing. To try to teach AI, it's a very difficult task. Let's do some counter two-circle stuff and see how he deals with that. See if we can lure him into leaving his two-circle game plan and coming into a one-circle fight with me, which would be a critical mistake in a Viper. Try to get a little closer to him. Look at that. He's ignoring that. He's keeping up with this two-circle fight. So that's already an interesting development here. Let's try again. See if we can entice him. Couple of rounds. That wasn't even close, but look at him. He's just going around the circle for his two-circle fight, so that's pretty decent. Let's see how he rate fights. I'm going to be slow here. Let's see if the AI understands that he can just go around the circle and come around and kill me. And so the important thing here is that he's realizing the AI is understanding what aircraft he's in, and he is fighting to the strengths of that aircraft, which is pretty kind of a big deal. You see him outrating me now, and he's coming around. I'm not going to jink once he pulls me into his HUD. We're just going to see how he decides to kill me. It looks like he is going to come in for a high aspect shot. Alright. That's pretty cool. He ripped around the circle and he won the raid fight. There was a lot of things I could have done there because he came high aspect. I could have, you know, gone out of plane. I could have tightened out. There was a bunch of stuff I could have done. But, pretty good start so far. I've seen players who don't know how to raid fight that well, actually. Alright, so in this round, I'm going to actually try to kill him, and let's see how he behaves. I know that ED is also working on something called the GFM, and that's going to give, you know, slightly more realistic flight models to the AI as well, so you can actually expect further improvements in this down the road. I'm trying to establish turning room. You saw him once again try to deny that. He is dropping flares because he's realizing he's in an IR wes, so he's going to drop his flares, which is, you know, the correct thing to do. I'm going to keep him in a two-circle fight. He's decided to go on the vertical, so let's see what we can do here. Again, just keep in mind this is an extremely difficult thing to try to do, to try to teach AI how to dogfight correctly is very, very difficult. It's such a fluid thing. You almost have to be like sentient AI to understand how to do it. And so in this round, I'm actually trying to kill him. He is a Hornet, which means he should be trying to force the slow speed one circle radius fight. I am a Viper. I'm going to try to force the two circle rate fight. And that means that I never want to be slower than 350 knots. And he's going to try to get me to be slower than 350 knots. I'm going to constantly try to drive to his 6. Maintain that nose to tail fight. You see these reversals actually do make it difficult. If I try to pull him into the HUD right now, there's a very high possibility I'm going to get sucked into a one circle fight. So I'm going to try not to do that. But notice the AI not being a cooperative bandit and trying to actually get out of these two circle situations. Actually doing a really good job. I've seen players, again, who don't try this hard to get out of a two circle fight with a Viper. And we are at 310 knots now, so that is... he's doing well. I'm gonna do a little bit of a weird turn and see if we can trick him. And you see him, he is reversing into a one circle here. And he'll do head-on shots, keep that in mind. As right there, you saw he came head-on with me and let off a couple rounds. And we'll climb over his nose, but you see we're in a one circle fight with a Hornet. For a couple turns there, that was actually kind of interesting. I'm going to switch the fight to a vertical fight. And he doesn't come in the vertical because he was slow. He's in the rate fight now. Let's see what he wants to do from here. He is in big trouble here as he reverses that turn. He's kind of out of options. I'll take a shot at him and it'll miss. And then I'm going to climb into the vertical again. And he is kind of trying to come up here. And remember, the vertical fight is still a two-circle fight. It's still a nose-to-tail fight. It's just a vertical fight instead of you know, I guess horizontal fight on the deck. And he is slow. And I'm just trying to keep my speed up. You see that 420, 400 knots. Remember, I don't want to be lower than 350, and I just went to 300. It's okay, though. I was at the top of the pool. And maybe here we can get the kill. Maybe here. Yeah, splash one. Whew. Man, I worked hard for that. I worked hard for that kill. I'm telling you, there's players out there who don't dogfight this well. Very, very impressive so far. Alright, I just want to put things in perspective a little bit. So this is actually the old DCS AI that you're watching now. This is not the new version. Once again, he's a Hornet. I'm an F-16. And let's see what he understands. Look at this lead turn. That's, you know, way too soon. But he does successfully force the one circle fight. That's fine. But from there, we will just influence a two circle and see what he's going to do with that. He's going to go into the vertical fight, which is, again, another two circle fight. So we see the AI maybe not understanding the difference between a two circle and a one circle fight completely. Maybe at the merge it does, but throughout the fight, it no longer seems to grasp the concept. I'm pretty slow. I'm at 300 knots here. And he is a cooperative bandit in a 2-circle vertical fight with me. And he's not trying at all to get out of it. He's barely pulling G's. You know? Barely pulling G's. This is ace level, by the way. And look at him. He has no idea what he's doing. He's just flying around. Compared to the other AI, this guy has no idea what he's doing. And we might even get a gunshot here. Let me just pull him into the HUD. Let him fly through the funnel. There we go. Just hit his wing there. After that first turn, he didn't once try to force a 1-circle fight. So this is the old AI. This is what we're working with right now. He broke his own wing. And congratulations to him. He basically shot himself down. Flew through the funnel and then broke his own wing. So this is the old AI. So quite the welcome change, I would say. So basically that's what I've seen from the AI. I actually had to try kind of hard in that last fight to try to kill him. He did a very good job trying to get out of those 2-circle fights. The AI is now understanding what aircraft he's in and what kind of fight that aircraft favors. And also the AI does a very good job of trying to force those fights. Now it's important to keep in mind, AI is not the end-all be-all to dogfighting. Dogfighting is so fluid that honestly, if ED was able to create an AI that could fight like a person for real, I think we'd all be in very big trouble. But, you know, I just want us to manage expectations. If you learn dogfighting and you fully understand the concepts of BFM and you get really good at managing your energy, you can kill that AI. It's not, you know, some unkillable thing. You can kill it just fine. But it's just going to provide to you a much more difficult challenge. You're actually going to have to understand some concepts and principles of BFM if you want to fight that AI in a sensible way where, you know, you're not just flying around like a moron until you can finally get rounds on him like it was in the past. You know, you didn't really need to have an understanding of BFM in order to be able to do that in the past. AI skill level will determine how many G's it pulls and, you know, how well it executes these little things that we saw in this video. So don't freak out if you're new to DCS, you don't really understand dogfighting, you're just getting started. You don't have to fight this AI. That was on ace. What I just did there, that was ace level AI. You know, there's lower levels, there's trained, there's veteran. You can choose lower levels. You don't have to fight that guy. And you can build up to ace AI eventually. So let me know your guys' thoughts, man. But I think this is one of the better AI that I've ever seen dogfighting in any flight sim out there, at least in my experience. And I'm pretty sure I've played them all. So big thank you to ED for allowing me to show this off to you guys, and you know, I really got to hand it to him. This is a pretty good and big update. You know, quite the monumental task they've chosen to bite off. So I wish them the best of luck in ironing this out as we go forward. I'm sure they can make it better and better. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.